This is the trading review for Friday, March 24th, 2023. And it was a very rough day. Everything opened either in the gray area or did the opposite of what the Camarilla pivots suggested. And Meta I ignored from the primary list because it wasn't trading nicely. It had a it had a push from S3, but then it sell off. The market was selling off today, so I focused primarily on Meta and Nvidia, and I remain entirely focused on the R3 level on the Camarilla pivots without the pre-market data. So I waited for Meta to drop below the VWAP, and we actually had a very strong bearish signal because we had the moving averages on top. So there was really no support below the price action on Meta, and made an entry once I saw the drop. We started to set some nice ranges, but on the first trade, I did it on the pullback on the 5 minute because the 5 minute candle simply dropped too fast. But we set a nice range here, and I set my stop loss at the 9 moving average, and so that entry was very good. It didn't I didn't use the 5 minutes, but the volatility the 5 minute was just crazy, so I had to time my entry there. The execution was perfect. It resulted in a loss, but it pulled back to the penny, so it's just a very unfortunate first loss. But I took the trade again. It was well executed, and I took it as right after I got stopped out, and I took two partials, and the last remaining 33%, unfortunately, I pulled back to my break even, so I wasn't able to get uh, to the price target I had in mind, but it produced a very good RVR. Um, it produced 2.6 R, so not too bad for um for a trade that pulled back to break even. And so right after that, I wasn't sure if I wanted to trade Meta again, so I switched to Nvidia. And on Nvidia, I had an S4 breakout against the trend, and if this worked out, it will have a nice move all the way down to 6264, which happened. I was just very aggressive with my partials because I was already exhausted emotionally from the previous two failed trades. So I was just more aggressive on my partials. I thought that I had lost the move here, but luckily it pulled back. It had this upside hammer at the 20 moving average. We provided a nice range, a nice place to have a stop loss. So I made my entry here with a 30 cent stop loss at 30 cent R size. So I waited for a 2 to 1 move and partial half my position, and then half of that, and then half of that at 1 R increments. So I ended up getting all out at 266 for an entire move of $1.30, and that resulted in almost 3R, 2.8R. So really good trading. It could have been more, but this is an S for breakout. The S for breakout is when it opens inside. It's a D. The strategy is D, and it was executed. It is 2.8, 2.8R. So overall, one loser, two 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 winners. Okay, that makes sense. And the best part of all is that I didn't break rules this day. So all the criteria was met, and good quality setups, and three comments, three good things. One of them is that I had an excellent stock selection. Stock selection. Today I was finally patient enough to wait for the ranges to form and volume to come on. Three is had good control of emotions. Despite the loss. And four, traded with conviction. Trusted the system and did what I said I will do, which is meeting the profit targets and respecting stop losses. So that is all.